much every single run in the summer is a morning run. And with that morning run, there's always a habit or routine that I like to practice in order to get ready for it. It's not always the same routine every day, but whatever the routine is, I try not to rush it. I found that the less rushed I am before the run, the more enjoyable the run itself is. It's never fun when running feels like something you have to do versus something you get to do. I remember last summer when I was running 90+ mile weeks, they felt almost easy and effortless. I think this is because psychologically, I learned how to integrate running into my life instead of stacking it on top. Instead of it feeling like an obligation, it was more of a natural progression and a privilege. In the same way, if I were to look at my faith and my Christian beliefs, they're integrated into my life instead of stacked on top as something extra. My faith feels freeing as opposed to burdensome, and I think running should be the same way.
Yep, it's not one to focus. There it is.
May 21st.
May 21st, 2024.
Run bike. Some way I can keep my sons on a bike these days.
5 miles.
5 miles.
Get it done.
We'll be back in 10.5 minutes.
Yeah. Sore from the weights. Pretty good. Probably about where mine is right now. That's pretty high.
My thoughts make me tired, just running through my mind. Wonder if there's peace that I can find.
6:53. That was a 6:53 for that mile. Not too bad. Yeah, the weather's nice. It's like 70 degrees. A little bit humid, but nothing for a little 5 miler.
When times are getting crazy and everything seems hazy, is there some place for safety I can go? Run away into your escape. Run away, you're never too far to run. Run away into your escape. Run away. It gets so loud that I can barely hear. But your words speak much louder than all my.
Walking over to my grandparents' house. About to go get some breakfast. Looks like the camera lens is fogging up a little bit because it's kind of humid out here. But yeah, it's a beautiful day. High today is like 87. I don't know what my plans are for today. I think it's mainly just packing, getting all my stuff together, so that way I can actually get ready to go to Colorado and go to Texas and all the things I have planned for this year, this summer.
And everything seems hazy. Is there some place for safety I could go?
All right, so it is day 7 of the build. We ran about 26 miles last week, and our plan is to run 45 miles this week. This morning we had a 5-mile run. That was super solid. Enjoyed every second of it. It was good to get out there with my dad and just have him bike alongside. It's always tough whenever you're training alone, and I know a lot of people like to train alone. I like to train alone most of the time, but it's always cool to have somebody else out there. So today's kind of my last day at home. I am gonna go down to Clinton for a little while, hang out with my girlfriend for a little bit for her birthday, and then I'm gonna go over to Houston and Austin, and then up to Boulder after all that. So that's kind of what my plan is for now. So I have to have all my stuff together. I just looked at the accommodations that I have in Boulder, and it looks like I'm gonna need a bedside table and a desk and some other things if I'm gonna have a room. I bought a mattress last night too because there's not a bed or anything there. So today the goal is to go find a bedside table and a desk at a thrift store. I'll probably use the same bedside table and desk once I get back to Mississippi, the house that I'm gonna be living in. No longer in a dorm next year, so that's kind of exciting. Yeah, I'm about to go see if I can find something at a thrift store, see if I can find some goods, and then come back here. All right, that was a failure. Didn't find anything. So now we're going to a different antique store. We're gonna see if we can find anything there.
Courtesy of my PS3. Your lady, she taught me how to control hate. Sweet delights of weed and video games. The infinite jest. Button bashing swag. Hear it from my bed.
All right, I'm sweating, but trip was successful. As you can see, we now have a giant desk and a table. Perfect. All right, so yeah, cars on the side of the road completely fell out on me, just stopped working, stopped driving. I don't know if I'm out of gas or what it is, but...
Alright, so I might be an idiot, and as I'm sitting here editing this video, I got the verdicts on the car, and apparently it was just out of gas.
I don't know if I'm out of gas.
The fuel gauge, however, is kind of messed up, because the gas light never came on and the needle never dropped below 1/8 of a tank. The car was also able to crank after I pulled over on the side of the road and turned it off and turned it back on, so I figured it still had gas in it. Our insurance completely covers whenever a vehicle has to be towed, so it's not that big of a loss, but it did definitely mess up my plans for the next few days. Alright, so I made it back home. Yeah, so it kind of sucks, and I also don't really know how I'm going to get out to Texas or to Clinton tomorrow or to Boulder this summer. Like, I have to figure that out, and for now I'm going to go get some dinner with my dad. We're going to go eat some barbecue or something. So I guess the moral of the story here is never run your old car past 1/4 of a tank. Because 1, it's not good for the vehicle, and 2, the gas gauge might not be right. I'm still planning on making the trip over to Austin and then driving up to Boulder after, but now it's a little bit delayed. Thankfully it wasn't my transmission, so I'm gonna keep driving the FJ until the wheels fall off. But when the wheels do end up falling off, there's definitely gonna be more than 1/4 of a tank of gas in it. Well, today was a little bit all over the board, as you saw, and I guess I'm not too upset by it, but I don't have a car now, so I can't really go to Jackson or to Clinton or to do anything that I was planning on doing. So still want to go out to Austin on the 31st for sure, make it out there so I can get there for the BPN Mango Gel launch that they're doing, because they're launching that with Sally McRae, and I think it'd just be super cool to be out there whenever they launch that and everything. So the plan right now, I think Mary Grace is actually going to drive up, pick me up tomorrow, and then drive me back to Jackson. We're just going to hang out for a few days. It's her birthday tomorrow, so I think that'd be super fun. Everybody go spam happy birthday Mary Grace in the comments. So recently I've been thinking about what made last summer successful, and I think that's an important thing to look at whenever I'm trying to plan out this summer. Like, mentally, psychologically, last summer was by far my most successful summer. Even though it led to an injury, like I ultimately ended up getting an injury in September, the summer itself was extremely successful, and because it was so successful, I want to look back on that and I want to figure out what the mentality I had in that summer was. And so I've started reflecting on it, and in my reflection I found that what I was doing for most of the summer was just doing the things that successful athletes did. It was just this switch in my mind that flipped whenever I realized, hey, all I have to do if I want to be successful is to do the things that successful people are doing. It wasn't from a place of having to do it, but it was from a place of just doing it. And I think because it was from a place of just doing it, that's what actually led to such a successful summer. I just remember last summer whenever I was training, I found such a good rhythm on my easy days, and I also found a really good rhythm on my long run days or my threshold days. It was like, oh, I'm running true threshold. Oh, I'm actually running what my heart rate pace should be for an easy run. It was like 7:45 pace, but it didn't matter that it was 7:45 pace because it was 10 miles and that's going to build aerobic strength, and that was something I understood. And I think there's just so many different psychological factors that I had from last summer that I'm going to need to replicate this summer, because last summer was by far the most successful training I've ever had in my entire life, and I felt so good psychologically by the time I got back that I was ready to take on anything before the injury. And it sucks because the injury happened, but I know it's just another chance, it's another opportunity. This is literally my last season. This is my last year of running in college, so I need to be careful not to get injured again, but I also need to take the chances and the risks and do the things that successful athletes do. And that's the mentality that I'm trying to have as I'm moving forward in this big training block. And I hope that mentally I'm able to channel that same type of mentality that I had last summer, where it was just kind of like, oh yeah, we're just going to do this, as opposed to, oh man, I have to go run 10 miles. I hope I can channel that same mentality. I feel like running high mileage and running more often just allowed me that opportunity to where it was like, oh yeah, I'm just doing this. I'm not like, what is this? Like, this is just something that I do. It's not something that I have to do. It was like running was just a part of my daily life, and because it was a part of my daily life, there wasn't anything stressful about it. Even the harder workouts, there was a little bit of like anxiety on if I'm gonna make it through the workout, but once I made it through the workout, I was like, oh, like that was simple. Like that was exactly what I expected it to be. The thing about running is that you make it a part of your life. You don't make it this thing that you stack on top of your life. And if you can integrate it and weave it into your life, then that is what's going to lead to success in the fall. Like, that's what's going to lead to more success psychologically whenever you're training, whenever you're doing these high density weeks, whenever you're running high mileage. It's just a part of who you are. And that is really the key. And that's the same type of mentality that I'm trying to harness as I'm getting ready for this summer and as I'm building up mileage right now. So Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next time. Be sure to like, subscribe, turn on the notifications, do everything.
I don't know if I'm out of gas.
You guys are amazing. Intentions over everything. See you next time.